Right, guys, sorry about that. We had a bit of a technical issue, and I tell you what, it took some time to sort out. But I'm sure you've been enjoying the racing so far. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you have updates being done. Sometimes you have some adjustments to make, and unfortunately, they sprung out of nowhere and came up on me. So hopefully you can hear me now. And as you can see, we've already done the first quali in the rain, and here is the second quali, which is also in the rain. So as one of our streamers already said, yes, it seems to be a very unlucky period for us on the South African Academy Online Racing, because we've had a number of races in the rain. I'm sure this is testing all the drivers' skills at the moment, and obviously messing around with their setups, but we're hoping somehow that it's going to be good for the race. I was also unfortunately disconnected. I had an error going in. That's why we started a little bit late today, but we're here now, and hopefully you guys can hear me at the moment. So, all good and well. Gav's just given me a message, Gav Pig. He's all the way in Ghana, and he's also having a bit of load shedding, unfortunately. So he's also not here with us this evening. And also, I did have an apology from the Munna as well. He's also out and about this weekend, so he couldn't make the race either, as well as Fricky, as well as Devon. But anyway, we're here and we're bringing you the best of the best this evening, and I hope the stream quality is good, and we are holding thumbs that we have no more load shedding in SA, because that will obviously affect everybody on the stream. So just to give you an indication of where is where and who is what at the moment, I can see that Wazzy has put on a fantastic time during the wet weather at the moment, a 1:23.207, followed by Nesmac 7, and then Springbok Gamer. Nice to see Weza this evening. Hopefully he's going to have no altercations, as well as Dylan. We have Staff on board with us, Thomas on board with us, Foss, nice to see you back. And as you can see, it says I'm in the pits, but I'm not in the pits at the moment. I'm actually streaming. So Savvy ZA, unfortunately, it took me into the race and not into the commentary box this evening. And then we have obviously Lucas, but Gav Pig seems to be in the pits as well. So he's also had a couple of issues this evening as well. So hopefully we'll get underway and give you all the best we can here on the South African Academy, and hopefully the weather cleans up. Here in Johannesburg at the moment, we are looking at some weather outside, which is going to be quite interesting as well. So let's get on board with Thomas at the moment. Thomas out there doing his best to stay alive in this challenge. And as you can see, the weather is somewhat grim this evening as he comes around Mercedes-Benz corner. And then he's going to go into, I think it's called the South corner. And it seems as though he seems to be holding that quite nicely through start and finish. There is a yellow flag up through the start finish, so there could have been a altercation in that specific area. But I think the times are definitely showing at the moment, as you can see. So we're all well and about here at the Hockenheim Ring. Remember, 2018, this was introduced once again into the Formula One setup. So it's nice to see us back in Germany at the Grand Prix here. And as I can tell you right now, we are going to be bringing you all the juicy stuff live here on the South African Academy Online Racing. So Here we are on board with Dylan at the moment. He's on and out a lap. He's got a 1 minute 29 504. We're hoping that he's going to be doing quite nicely as he comes in down into the Mercedes-Benz bend. And you can see the grandstands for that are right in front of him as he comes through this little S area here. And then he's also coming through to the start and finish. You saw the pit area there. A bit shaky, that front wing, so hopefully he's going to get that under control. As you can see at the moment, he is on the wets at the moment. So we'll be seeing what the guys' choices are for this evening. I did see some intermediates on many of them, but I think what we can do is go on to the details and give us an indication of what is fitted. So you can see Wazzy did that amazing time on the intermediates, as well as Nesmac 7, and also Springbok Gamer. He was on the intermediates, as well as Weza, and you can see that Dylan is on the wets at the moment, trying to get in a better lap, and currently sitting in 5th position at the moment. So Staff in 6th with a 129.516, and Thomas in the 133 area. So yeah, we'll be watching and seeing what's going on there. Nice to see Foss not yet completed a lap, which is validated at the moment. So I'm quite keen to see what he's going to be doing. You can see that slipping and sliding that's happening there. Obviously, that car gets away from you if you are putting too much on to the throttle. And it's going to be exciting racing if this is going to be the event. But as somebody already mentioned, you know, guys, it's a little bit of the case where we've had a number of rain-affected races this season, and I'm sure that's all going to change at the moment. So it looks like Gavin's just said he might still make it, and I hope you do, Gav, because it would be great to have you on with us. It would mean that the 2 Ferraris are in. I did see Sackman a little bit earlier. However, he's not in this qualifying session at the moment. There is approximately just under a minute to go, and then it's all over into the 3rd section, where the top 10 drivers will be pushing it to get into that pole position this evening. So, once again, as I mentioned, great to be on board with you guys. Thank you for joining the stream. Nice to see the comments coming through. And if you've got some predictions, why don't you put that up now on the screen? Who do you think is going to be the #1 driver for this evening? And what sort of times do you think that individual is going to put in for pole here at Hockenheim this evening? So it is the German GP, German Grand Prix, and it's great to have you on board with us this evening. So if I do sound a bit funny, it's because I have maybe a little bit of flu, which is not too good this time of the year, as it would be summer flu here. But I could see, obviously, Blitzbook. The Blitzbook beat New Zealand, thank you, and got 3rd in the Cape Town Sevens. Thanks, staff, for that update. For those that are watching, if you are enthusiasts on the Sevens rugby side, I do see a comment coming through from him that we ended up 3rd. That is South Africa. So thanks for the information, staff. So we should be 2 minutes remaining in this session. This is the second quali session, and I tell you what, guys, nice to see some of the indication of our drivers this evening, where they've done pretty well in this particular type of weather. Obviously, typical European weather, and whoop, a little bit skewed there, but obviously coming back. So, just getting ready to go. You can see quite a full grid here this evening. So that's nice to see, as I mentioned. And I can tell you now, we have the top 10 drivers that are going to be going through for the qualification round. This is the end of qualification number 2. And as you can see there, Wazzy took the top position in the qualification there, as well as Nesmax. Springbok Gamer, excellent drive from him, and as you can see, nicely done from Wezza there, and then Dylan, Staff, well done guys. Now it is nice to see this, guys. Absolutely clear weather for this qualification, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be oh no, I cannot believe it. It was nice and dry for a second there, and now all of a sudden back into the rainy weather stuff. So it looked as though it was clean and clear there, but obviously it's not the case at the moment. So and some more rain taking place this evening, and we'll be out to see who's going to be the top dog to qualify in pole position on this the German Grand Prix. So as you can see, the guys coming out the pits right now, and we'll see if we can pop on board with the guys to have a look. Here comes the Staff at the moment. He's coming out of the pits, and what maybe we should do once again is just have a look at the tire situation, what is fitted. It looks like most of the guys have gone to full wets at the moment, so they'll be keeping themselves a little bit busy and occupied trying to keep those vehicles on the road here, on the track, and it's all good and well. So we'll be giving you the times as soon as possible, and I'm sure they'll be coming through. Oh, a little bit there, just too much on the throttle there from Staff. I don't think that car is damaged at the moment, but I think he's going to be carrying on. Yes, he is. I think he's going to be a little bit upset with that drive at the moment. And it looks as though if I push that out, his teammate is also still in the pits. Here's Dylan at the moment. So he went straight onto those wet tires. He had a couple of laps in that those wet tires, so I'm sure he's going to be pretty used to where he should be putting the throttle or not. Obviously, the times are not going to be quicker, but they are obviously running quite quickly. So don't expect too much of a huge difference between the drivers at the moment, especially with these wets on. But we will keep you up to date as soon as that time board starts to tick over. You'll see, giving you a clear indication of who is going to be in pole position this evening. Bit of bribery and corruption going on at the moment. I see Gav has just left a message. He wants to give $100 to any guy who takes out Nesmax and Wazzy at the moment. I tell you what, I don't believe that's going to be happening this evening, based on our etiquette of driving here at the South African Academy Online. So nice try there, Gav, but I don't think that's going to happen. And there you go. Steph says, well, I'll give you 2 gold bars from Red Dead Redemption if you guys take them out. I mean, this conversation is going to go nowhere at the moment. And yeah, they're nice to see the guys getting interactive and putting on some good comments on the stream at the moment. Gav says it's done. So we'll see this evening. And, oh, a little bit going around nicely. Well brought back there. Absolutely well brought back there. If you could see that. Wow, that was. But Wasi has just done it again. He's put on a 1 minute 24. Nesmax, a 125. Springbok Gamer, 129. And then Dylan, a 130. So that's nice to see that. It looks like Weza is sitting on a 130 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. And he's just popped up in head. Nice from Dylan, because he's now in 4th position on the grid. So that's a great job from him. Waiting to see what is happening with Foss. He's in the McLaren this evening. And we'll see what he's going to be doing. It looks as though Thomas as well as Staffy out there as well. And then, as you can see, the other Ferrari driver, Lucas, also looking to see what he can do at the moment. But as you can clearly see, we're not just focusing on Dylan this evening, but we've obviously just had a look at what he's putting in from a lap time point of view. If we go on board with Springbok Gamer this evening, we can also see he's also pushing that car around the track and trying to keep it as neat as possible. You can see there just behind him. And here the Williams is going in, as well as Wazzy at the moment. So Wazzy and Nesmax into the pits. Nice job there from Wesa. He's just put on a 127, so he's going to be starting on position 3 on the grid at the moment. But I see he stayed out because I think he's got himself, and he says I've got a little bit more to do. So Springbok Gamer, he's on a 129, so he's dropped the sub 30, 130s. So that's nice to see. Let's see if this gentleman, Dylan, can do that as well. And Foss is out in the McLaren this evening. No, sorry, not the McLaren. He's out in the Mercedes this evening. Let's see if he can do something in that regard. Thomas out in the Red Bull as well. On and out the lap, trying to get there. Make sure something happens. Here comes the Ferrari almost through. Does he get through? Oh, he pushes him a little bit wide, obviously. So he'll be looking to see if he can come back now and obviously do that as well. Nice to see who has now just put himself. Oh, very nice job from Staff there. He's done a 129. So, oh, Thomas, I think just losing a little bit there. Obviously, he's going to come back, but it looks as though he's on the intermediates. So there's been a bit of a mix-max with everybody, and you can see right there that they've put themselves into that predicament and try to get through quite nicely there. So this gentleman here is actually sitting in the commentary box. I don't know why they put me in a car this evening, but obviously that's what the computer had decided to do. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem for the guys already in the race for this evening. I'm hoping that that's going to fix that up. So we'll see how that is done. So nice one from Staff. He's now dropped down to 6th position. The reason for that is this gentleman here. who is reversing at the moment, but he is getting himself, and Staff's just put himself into third position there. Nicely done. And it looks as though, yes, oh, that was a nice time from Lucas there. He's now the leader in front of the pack. Very nice job from him this evening. I must say, nice drive from Lucas there. He's put himself in pole position currently. And I tell you what, it is great to see one of the new drivers now on pole position. This means that this gentleman here is going to be out and about to try and push that figure of his down in order to ensure that he's going to be sitting on pole position this evening. Nesmax now pushed down to fourth position on the grid, so I'm sure he's going to be out and looking to see if he can come back and push himself at least either to the top position or into second place or even in third, but I'm sure he's going to be looking to see if he can go all the way this evening and put himself back on the top of the pack. So we'll be just going on board with him now and to see if he can do this evening. As we come through here, a nice little section, a sweep. This is a little bit off the throttle, coming through start and finish now. And there was, he puts on a 122, so he's just pushed Lucas out of that top spot. Nicely done. We are on with Nesmax at the moment as he goes through, pushes this car through the bases. Here's the DRS zone. He's going to look to, but he cannot at the moment because there is no DRS in this weather condition. He's going to come down here. Now, in the old days, this used to go straight on through the forest. Right there, you could see they changed the track in 2002. They obviously brought this area in, and I remember that because I was actually there in 2002. I went to Hockenheim to go and watch the Grand Prix at that time, and what an amazing day it was to go and watch the Grand Prix in Hockenheim. And as I've mentioned to a couple of the drivers here, it took me about 3.5 hours to get in to Hockenheim, and about 4.5 hours after the race to leave Hockenheim to get back to where we were staying at the time. And it was just an incredible event to go to, especially walking through the souvenir areas and all the displays they had on while they had this event happening in 2002. And it was a big change, as I mentioned. That area that you're looking at there, they used to go through the forest, and then obviously they made it a lot safer. And this corner we're going through with the DRS zone is where I was actually standing to watch these guys coming through. In those days they didn't have DRS zones, but where that DRS zone is where I was standing with a couple of friends of mine watching the Hockenheim Grand Prix. So it was a great day out there. You can see how they've obviously made this track quite technical, but still exciting to watch at the moment. We're watching now Nesmax 7 just to see if he's going to come on through and obviously pull in a time that's going to push him up either into first, second or third at the moment. He's got his last couple of seconds to go through. Let's see if he can put that up nice. He puts on a 122 and it's a 0.071, so he came back nicely, even a little bit further. He extended that. He's on the intermediates where, nicely done. Now that's nice from Nesmax. He's just put himself into second position on the grid, so I'm sure he's pretty excited, and you can see the technical difficulties that he's had to put up with, especially under these rain conditions. I think the tyre choice selection for this afternoon for Nesmax. Going with the intermediates was actually the right decision. So hopefully the other drivers, they'll be obviously interested to see what sort of tire setups the guys were putting on in order to. So there you can see quite clearly, majority of the top drivers are with the intermediates at the moment. Springbok Gamer went with the wet tires. He's now in 8th position. And then you've got obviously number 9 is Thomas. And then just behind that at the moment, it is now all down and doing business this evening. So that's the reason why I thought there was sunshine, because the loading screens have that particular effect. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to race this race in the sunshine of Europe. So great news for the drivers. I'm sure they're all ecstatic to, but the problem is now, are they going to switch over? Can they switch over to the dry settings on their vehicles? And it's all going to be a lot of fun, because we have currently a large field of drivers this evening. Great to have them on board with us. Nice to see the turn up. This is the last race for 2018. We will continue the series in 2019, probably in the second week, but we will keep you abreast and we'll keep you noted. And there the green lights are on, but this is for the formation lap, so they will be doing a formation lap. Some of them already trying to start off and drive as quick as they can, but majority of them know that it is definitely just a formation lap this evening. So as you can see, it is me, according to the PC, that's going to be driving this evening. I have no words, but I could actually say yes, it is me, but I don't think I should do that. Unfortunately, I should retire, but it's put me in this car for some reason. And as I said, but here's David at the moment. Nice to see him here this evening. It looks as though it is a Vino for real. He's in the McLaren, and that's right, I forgot to say that Tix will not be joining us this evening. He did obviously send his apologies, so Tix, thank you for doing that, and hopefully we're going to be seeing you in the new year. So that's going to be all great to see that as well. Here's the Sackman. So yes, the Sackman did make it. However, I think he had quite a big altercation, but he's here. It's a nice weather to be driving in this evening. There they go, just making sure that those tires are nice and warm. Toki got disqualified, but he'll be on the grids at the moment. So nice to see Toki with us this evening. He's joining us for the first race, and obviously just wants to have a feel for what's going on in 2018. But I think he's going to be doing okay. And there you go, Nesmax as well as Wasi. They are in the top positions this evening. And I tell you what a championship this is turning out to be. There's a formidable pair of drivers, and we are going for the lights. And I will try and give you the best coverage I can based on where we are. So all good and no worries there. We can see a nice drive from the guys as we look down. It looks as though the Williams has come through. There the Red Bull trying to get up there, but it seems as though Wazi's got a nice jump on Nesmax as well as Weza at the moment. Third position currently is Lucas. If we just switch back down just to have a look at where they are, Staff is in 5th position, so it's nice to have Staff back. He was unable to join us for 2 weeks, but I'm sure that all of the work is going to be done. It looks as though a slight bump there by some of the drivers at the moment, so it's not too good. You can see that I've now moved down to 14th position, even though I'm commentating. So yeah, that's an interesting one going there. But here you can see we're going to have a look now and see who is coming in there. So it looks as though Lucas, and you can see how close they are at the moment. Nice driving here. You can see there seems to be an incident. Hopefully not too much of a problem there, but it looks as though it's all good and well. Steph has dropped down one position at the moment, but it looks as though Wazzy's just put on a 1 minute 20, and that's good news. Toki he is out of the race this evening. Unfortunately, did not even complete one lap, but I'm sure he'll be back looking to see what he can do in next year's racing. So talks, don't be too discouraged. It is quite different from what you've been used to in the past, but we hope to see you with us once again. Let's just pop right back up to 4th position at the moment. You can see Wesa at the moment. He is going quite quickly at the moment, and I'm sure he's got something to prove this evening. He wants to make sure that he's going to be finishing either in the pole position as the champion of this particular race here in Germany. That is what I heard from him. So nice to have you on board with us here, Weza. And I can tell you, you've got some competition this evening, because you have Lucas in front of you. You have this gentleman who is Nasmac 7, and there you go. Here we go. It looks like Wazzy is streaking forward at the moment. He's just put on a 1 minute 16 seconds. So 1 minute 16 seconds around this track is phenomenal. So very nice from his side. It's great to see him racing as he is at the moment. So we got Nesmac 7. We have Lucas, Weza, and then Springbok Gamer in 5th position at the moment. Just behind him, though, is this man, David. I'm telling you, watch out, guys, for this guy. He is really a strong and very determined competitor. So I'm sure he's going to be looking to bring himself back into this race. Here we have the Sackman in that traditional yellow helmet, and I'm sure he's also going to be looking to bring himself into the playing field this evening. Then we have this gentleman. Hasn't been with us for 2 weeks, but I think he's pumped up for this evening, and I think he's going to be trying to make a difference through the field, and that's Staff at the moment. Then we have the founding member of SAAOLR with us. That is Dylan at the moment. I tell you what, this guy has also got the potential to put up some amazing track times. So let's see what he's going to be doing this evening. I'm sure he's going to be missing his teammate this evening, who's not with us. It looks as though we have had a slight incident, but we will be looking at that at the moment. But yeah, nice to see him coming in to this race. As I mentioned, there I am for some reason. I don't know why they put me on the track at the moment, but it seems as though we are all here this evening. This is Killbot 79. Interesting. And then we have the Foss at the moment. Nice to have him on board, back from his working conditions, so he joins us when he can, but it's nice to see him with us. Gav Pig did not make it out of the pits at the moment, so he was in 16th place, and he will remain in 16th place at the moment, unless he's going to be able to join us at the moment. So that's going to be an interesting one for us at the moment. So we are on board with Nesmac 7 at the moment, so great to see him driving so well. And he's sort of 5 seconds off our leader at the moment. is there some indication of what sort of tires they've got on, so we can see the details in that at the moment. There they are. So interesting strategy from some of the guys, most of them on the yellow tires, which is the soft tire. And there are some guys, like for instance the Sackman, that's got the super softs on. Then there is one individual who's got, it looks like he's got the mediums on, which is the white rim tire. And I have a sneaky suspicion that he's going to use that to his advantage here this evening. So yeah, there are a lot of yellows, but as we've seen in the past, some of the guys can do at least 25 laps on those particular tires. They're only sort of zoned for a little bit less than that, but we'll be watching this evening if that's going to be taking place. How long are they going to be going with those set of tires here on the Hockenheim Grand Prix, and we'll be watching that carefully. It looks as though I did see the flash on the screen that Foss has left us. I'm just wondering if that was an internet problem and if he is coming back. It seems though as well that Vino for Real's just got a 3-second penalty, so he's got to watch himself this evening, make sure that he doesn't have any more of those. And if I look now, here we are with Wasi at the moment. Wasi, he is round about 5 seconds ahead, and it looks like Killerbot 79 has just got a 3-second penalty as well. So he's going to be watching himself this evening, making sure that he doesn't get any more of those at the moment, because that could create a bit of a problem for him at the end of the day. So, as I mentioned, nice to see the weather nice and clear. Let's get on board with Wasi at the moment. I'm sure he'll be watching what he wants to do. Looks as though he's went into first. He's in second here, up to fourth, going into sixth. Can he push a little bit? Seventh here on the 50 mark board. A nice turn in there, just not touching the curb, but touches the curb there. Fifth gear down here. Sixth he's in. Looks as though he pulls it in tight into fifth. Goes to sixth, down to third through Mercedes grandstand bend. Comes through. Pulls it back into fourth. A little bit wide, but holds that fourth gear. And then push it through. Start and finish up to seventh gear. So nicely done from here. Here's that quick cut in. And nice to see he is picking up on a back marker, which I'm sure is supposed to be me. Yes, it is. But I'm actually not even in this race. I'm actually commentating. So as I said, a small little glitch that we had. I hope that this car is not going to create too much concern. But we'll see this evening whether that's going to happen or not. So here we go, pushing back. So where is Nesmac 7 at the moment? As I said, just for the record now, I don't know why they actually put me in a car, because I'm in the commentary box. So it must have been when I got the error going into the game this afternoon, that in actual fact it took me as a driver for this evening. but pretty strange. And I see that car is not invisible either, so it's considering that I'm there. So very, very strange at the end of the day. Oh, looks as though Killerbot has obviously gone a little bit. He did not finish. He is out of this race for this evening. So he's done and dusted this evening. Let's have a look at some of the commentary, guys, that has come through on the channel this evening. Oh, yep, thanks. You're right, absolutely go. Yeah, nice to see that. Unfortunately, took you out. But I'm sure, as I mentioned, look, you know, it's his first drive with the game here. And, I mean, I think he went big. Go big or go home, and unfortunately, you know, he just got the game this week, but I'm sure he's going to be back with a vengeance next year. He's going to be surely doing some practicing and getting himself up to speed on the game. So, guys, thank you. Yep, Bruno, thanks for coming on. Yep, he is actually not doing too badly at all. He's in 7th position at the moment. As we know, Osaka had their their last event for 2018, and guess where it was? It was actually in Hockenheim. So that was with the RS1 Reynolds, and I can tell you now, what a challenging track. I did comment on that. If you want to go and see that, you can watch it on the Soccer channel. And you can find that description through the website as well, and you can watch the live streams there as well. That was an exciting event that happened last week on Thursday, and yeah, it's great to see that the camaraderie between all of the groups at the moment that we have on the online racing community in South Africa. And guys, we appreciate all the views and all the comments that you give us. It's great to have you on board. If you're new to the channel, just give us a thumbs up as well as a like, and also, if you can, make sure subscribe. If you're a new member, we always can put you in touch with the right people. If you're interested in online racing, then obviously we can put you in contact with the right guys. Whether you're interested in Project Car 2, or you're interested in Gran Turismo, or you're interested in F1, we have a group and some clubs that are doing that in the online upgrade. Just to mention, just one little thing, in 2019 there is going to be a club championship, and that's going to be great to also participate in. So if you are thinking of doing that and you do have Project Cars 2, let us know, because there is something going to be happening around that, and we can put you in the right direction of who to speak to get yourselves enlisted for that type of racing. Then also for the Gran Turismo enthusiasts, we do have a club championship happening there in 2019. Give us a call, give us a WhatsApp, go to the Facebook page, let us know if you're interested, and we can put you in contact with the right guys. As I mentioned, 2019 is going to be an absolutely exciting year, but we still have to finish this one out. So let's have a look. At the moment, we can see no change in the top 3 positions at the moment. So it is obviously Wazzy, it is Nesmac 7, it is Weza, and then Lucas Springbok Gamer also there, TNB David, and as I mentioned, the TNB guys with us this evening, and David, the founder of Turbo and Bullets. As I mentioned, we do have club champions. They're busy also doing their F1 series. So if you are a beginner and you want to be involved in F1, you can always contact David, either through his PSN number on PlayStation, or if you want to drop us a mail You can do that by going to the website or even the affiliation slot, which we have on the webpage. And here at the South African Academy Online Racing, you can get involved and contact the respective parties to get involved in online racing. So we'll appreciate that. And once again, I must just say thank you for joining us this evening. Greatly appreciated. It seems like Dylan just had a small incident there. Let's pop down and see how severe that was. Some close racing going on here. Let's not forget this at the moment. You can see at the moment De Wit under extreme pressure from Springbok Gamer. And there seems to be an incident in Sector 2. Looks as though he's coming through here. De Wit giving a bit of space, but Springbok Gamer not wanting to give that position up. He's looking to get by or get as close as possible to De Wit in this particular situation. Yeah, some of the guys asking, do I need a rig? I'm going to just say no. You are able to race with a controller if you want to, but I can tell you in this type of format, one has to be extremely skilled in doing that, because you need to have the skills to go out there and race with a controller that can do all of the stuff that you need to do with no assist. So yes, it is possible, and as you can see, Wazzy at the moment, he uses both. I never know when he's on a controller or when he's on the wheel, but obviously guys, it is possible to do this with no assists with a controller. You just have to be gifted, in my opinion. So taking you through the shuffle pack at the moment, it is looking quite good. And I can tell you now, De Wit just has in front of him this gentleman who is Lucas at the moment. He is making his car as wide as possible because he knows that De Wit is directly behind him. So that is going to be the one to watch. And I think what we need to do is come back into Springbok Gamer, and there seems to be a pull in distance between these drivers at the moment, but there is definitely some close racing between these guys. You can see they should have the DRS available, and obviously that can push them through. There looks to be an incident in Sector 2, so we can pop up and down to see where that is. You can see green flag already done. So it seems that maybe somebody was slightly off the track then when it was happening. Just gonna pop down, back down. Dylan's probably wondering what the heck is Savvy doing on the track. Well, I can tell you, I'm not there. 3-second penalty given to TMD. De Wit at the moment. Don't know what that was for, but you can see how close this racing is here, where Dylan and Staffy are going at each other at the moment. He has just passed Dylan at the moment. He's too wide there. Does he come back? Dylan coming through. So nice racing from these two drivers. Heavy under the brakes and coming through. So we're going to leave you on board just at the moment with these two drivers here. So what excitement that was all happening down there. You could see that in actual fact, it looked as though Wazzy has just had a 5-second stop and go. And I don't know when he has to serve that, but I'm sure it's going to be within a certain amount of laps. So, and then Nesmax had DeWitt coming up on him, and he managed to keep that nose in front of DeWitt. DeWitt obviously pulled back now, but I'm talking about a couple of seconds, or less than a couple of seconds. Blue flag given to Staff there. DeWitt goes in now. He's going to change those tires. Where is this gentleman? He is coming around. He's going to go through start and finish. Yes, he has already. And he's just moved ahead. Here's Nesmax. You see the whites, which is the mediums, of Wazzy at the moment. Green, which is go, go, go. So Wazzy comes in, hits that 50 mark. Nice drive from him, pushes it through. Voss is no longer in the game. For some reason, as I mentioned once again, they put me in. But here is Thomas. Three-second penalty to Lucas there. And here's Dylan, on board with Dylan, just ahead of him. He's dropped down one position, down to 10th at the moment. Which means he's still in the points. And we go up now to Vino for real. Wazzy's just put on a 1 minute 15.276 as, or 275 as the quickest time. And then we are up with Staff at the moment. Currently 11 seconds behind. Then we go on board with the Sackman, who's just pulling into the pits. Let's see what happens now. Where is Staff versus the Sackman? So he's coming through. Does he have enough time? He's pitting. So all that time being sucked up now. Another quickest lap. 1 minute 15.013. So Staff coming out. Looks as though Sackman comfortably out of the pits. Springbok Gamer just hot on the tail of Lucas. There they come through start and finish. Once again, let's just go on board with Springbok Gamer. Here we go. Nicely done, guys. There's a battle going on here for 4th and 3rd at the moment. Nesmac still doing very nicely. 2 seconds though, almost 3 behind the leader. Lucas still far off the pace between the guys in front of him, which is coming in a little bit. Nicely done. Looks as though on the inside he's going to cut in the inside here. Does he do it? Yes, he does. Very nicely done by David on that particular incident. But it doesn't matter because Wazzy is going to come back. Weza. Oh no, Weza just lost it there. But very nice competitive driving from both of these guys. Unfortunately, he lost it in there, which means now that David is up into 3rd. They are both in the same club. However, that doesn't mean they can be competitive. Not competitive, should I say. I mean, that was brilliant to watch. Great drive from them. Let's go up to Nesmac 7 at the moment. Where is he situated? He is approximately 7. Is that 7th? Yes, it is. 7.7 seconds behind the leader. So definitely Wazzy sprinting ahead. But keeping the consistency going. Definitely nice drive from Nesmac 7 this evening. Exciting to watch. We're going to go outside of the car, get a bit of view. Looks like Staff has just dropped down below Vino for real. And then it looks like Staff has just dropped down again because he's pitted. Awesome to watch, guys. Awesome to watch. Pushing it back in that Williams. So while we're on that topic, let's just have a look at the current constructor standings. And if we look now currently at the Williams of Nesmac 7, let me just tell you, they are sitting on 233 points in the Constructors' Challenge. This is up to race number 10. Remember, we're in race number 11. Force India currently at 185. Then Toro Rosso at 113. Then we have the Red Bulls sitting at 107. Then we have the Haas sitting at 99. Ferraris sitting at 73. The Sauber Alfa Romeos sitting at 73. And then the McLaren 69, Mercedes 29, and Reynolds 19. That is the current standings there on the constructors' situation. If we are looking now at who is where along this, and this is after race number 10 at the moment, you can see that TNP Wasi is the championship leader. And then in the Williams, it is Nesmax 7. He is just a little way behind him. So you can see by the actual readings there, he just needs to get a little bit better. When I say better, he just needs to make sure he maintains himself for the championship. And I can tell you what, there is definitely going to be something that is going to be difficult to hold on to by these guys. So very nicely done by the top three at the moment. De Wit obviously looking for a win. He wants to get back into the championship runnings, and we still got a number of races in this championship to go. So it's not all done and dusted here. There is an opportunity for the guys to get back and take over the championship, because this championship is running well and well. So let's see what happens there. Signboards going out like crazy. On board with our leader at the moment. Traditional red and black helmet. Well out in front. On board now with Weza. Just in front of him is Luca. So, Lucas, sorry. And I'm sure he's going to be looking to catch Lucas here and take back that position that we lost on this actually, not this corner, the next 3 or 4 corners he lost it. So let's stay on board a little bit with Weza at the moment, just to see how he's going to take control of this. Is he going to be able to get close to Luca to make him make a mistake? Let's see if that happens. Let's stay on board for this one. with this pair for a little while just to see how it happens. So obviously dropping back slightly now due to a pit stop is Weza. So Springbok Gamer moved up into 5th position there, and it looks as though Lucas has maintained his position. 18 laps on those mediums now. Oh, lost it, unfortunately. It looks as though Weza is out of this race, unfortunately. So a big crash there, and it looks as though Weza out of the race, unfortunately for him. So let's go up and see now. Here is the Sackman. Some racing happening here. Coming through. And there it is, all done. 5th place, it looks as though, once again, Force India on top of the pack this evening. Yes, it is. It comes through Nesmax as well as David. Nicely done. There is the trophy being raised. And all done and dusted for the German Grand Prix. Congratulations to Wazzy at the moment. He has taken this championship. You can see there. Then it is Nesmax as well as David. Very nicely done by this group. Thank you for watching. There's the final results there. It is Wazzy, Nesmax, David, Springbok Gamer, Lucas, the Sackman, and then it is Vino, then Weza, and then in 9th position it's Dylan, Staffy, and then it is myself, incredibly, and then obviously it is the Foss, then it is Thomas as well as Killerbot 79. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is the last race for 2018. We will see you round about the 2nd week in January, round about the 13th of Jan or 14th of Jan. The next race on Sunday, same time. And once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll be back soon. For all of you who have been watching via the stream, thank you once again for taking part with us or watching us, and it's always great to have you on board. Remember, if you are looking for our website, it is easily found. You can find that, and we appreciate the time and having you on our channel, as well as supporting the South African Academy Online Racing. It's fantastic to have you on board with us. So all in all, what a fantastic and amazing race it's been to have you on board with us. And we do appreciate all of your support. And we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from here at the South African Academy Online Racing. And we wish you all the best for the festive season. So be safe, be careful out there, and we'll see you next time on the South African Academy Online Racing for F1 Esports Series. It's been a fantastic evening, and we really appreciate all the time that you guys spend watching us and giving all that support to the guys that are out there, and we appreciate the time. Thank you once again, and as I said, be safe, and we'll see you next year in 2019 for the rest of the series.